Hi guys, it's Christy again with Create with Christy. I'm back with my 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar video series, and this is day number 8. So if you've been watching these, you know the routine. I'll be showing you the product here in just a minute for day 8. If you've missed days 1 through 7, just look down the video description and click on my playlist link that I've got there for all of my 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar projects. So like I said, this is day 8. I love this Advent calendar. If you don't have one yet, you'll want to get it soon. It's on the last chance list in my Stampin' Up store, and it's $99. And it comes with a featured product each day for 12 days. And it also comes with this beautiful 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar stamp set that goes right along with it. And has so many images and sentiments. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead. If you want to make this card along with me, I'll tell you what stamps you need to get out. You're going to need both of the flowers. You're going to need this larger flower center. And you're going to need the Love You stamp, which is right here. And those are all the stamps you need from the stamp set. Now, the way this works, you can get the card kits to make one each of all 12 of my cards I'm making in this series. And you can find out how by clicking on that Thank You Gifts link below in the video description. And you've got till January 5th to place your qualifying order. And I will just tell you, if you purchase the Advent calendar from me, you'll automatically get my first thank you gift plus the consumable products, which would be the cardstock, to make the cards that I'm making for each day of this Advent calendar. So you can find out more about that in the thank you gifts. And it's also with a $99 order if you don't want to get the calendar, or if you already own the calendar, just place a $99 order, and that would be after you redeem your Stampin' Rewards and before shipping and tax gets added on. So you can find out all of that on my Thank You Gifts page. All right, so I'm going to open this up. And there's also another thank you gift you can earn, so just check that page out. This is the inside of the Advent calendar. As you can see, they're little bitty boxes, little doors to open for each day. I've already done day 1 through 7, like I said. For day 8, there it is right there, so open that up. And it's Baker's Twine. And I will be using the Flirty Flamingo one on this card. And I am going to use a couple of the other products that I've already revealed earlier. You're going to need to get the day 1 die set out. And you're also going to get, let's see, what day was that? Is that this one? Nope. Oops, I forgot. We haven't done day 10. What am I thinking? Day 3. Hopefully you didn't see that. But here, you got a little sneak peek. These are the gold sparkle dots that are inside. They're loose, so there's no adhesive on them. So you can use them as shaker cards, but I'm going to use them as regular embellishments on the card. So you need to get the day 3 gold sparkle dots out. And that's everything you need from the Advent calendar. Oh, I take that back. And the DSP. I'm using a lot this time. So go to day 2 to get your DSP out. And now you're going to want to get your trimmer out, because we need to cut some DSP out. So grab your DSP. You get 2 of each design. If you've not seen this paper, make sure you check out. I think I did day 2 and 3 together in one video. So check that out down in that playlist link below. And I'm going to go ahead. On other cards, I've just been using one I've already cut. This one, because it takes a lot of little pieces, I'm going to show you exactly how you want to cut it. So I'm going to get my other pieces out. So you want to get this one out here. And you're also going to want to get this one out. It's like a Flirty Flamingo white watercolor wash type of look. So those are the 2 you're going to want to get out. With the floral one, they're going every which way, so it really doesn't matter which direction this is going. I'm going to be cutting at the 3 1/4 inch first, because we're going to get 2 pieces out of this. So first cut 3 1/4 inches. And then we need a 2 by 3 1/4. So now let's do a 2-inch one. Like so. And then I need one that is 1 1/2 and 3 1/4. So I've still got that 3 1/4. So now we need to do a 1 1/2. So I'm going to line that up at the 1 1/2 inch mark. Cut. And those are the 2 pieces we need from the floral paper. So you've still got this left over from your one sheet plus your other sheet. Then get this one out. First, we want to cut at 1 1 1/2 inches. So there's 1 1 1/2. 1 1/2. There we go. That I wasn't saying that correctly. Too many ones in there. So 1 1/2 inches. And then I need look at my little sheet here, a 2 by 1 1/2. So we've already got the 1 1/2. So now we need to do a 2-inch. And then the last one is a 1.5 by 1.5 inch square piece. So do another 1.5. And those are the 2 pieces we need out of that paper. So that is all that we need to cut out our DSP, so we can put this away. And I think we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. So go ahead and put your DSP over to the side. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. This is an 8.5 by 2 3/4 inch piece. I'm going to be stamping some flowers, and I'm going, oh, I forgot one more thing. Grab your advent calendar again. I forgot. I'm going to use the day 7 dies again. So get these out, and we need to get, I do believe, the largest one out. Yes, so grab the largest one. So the largest square, that is. So this is the one you want to get out of this pack. We're going to be needing that. So in this white piece, it's going to be the 2 flowers we're going to stamp, and it's also going to be for the square that we're going to die cut here in just a minute. So first off, I'm going to grab Fleur de Flamingo, and I'm going to stamp the large flower to get that inked up really good. I'm going to stamp it here on the left end. Doesn't matter which end, just make sure it's on one of the ends. And then I want 2 lighter pink ones using the Fleur de Flamingo with the little flower, smaller flower. So I'm going to ink it up, stamp it on my grid paper, and stamp that. So now I've got a lighter Fleur de Flamingo flower. So we need 2 of those. So you're going to stamp off both times. And this will be enough to die cut my square. I'll do that here in just a minute. We need to finish up these flowers first. So I'm going to grab that flower center and the crushed curry ink pad. I'm going to ink this one up and stamp it here. And now I'm not going to re-ink again. I want a lighter version of the yellow since these are so light. I thought that was going to be a little too dark for these. So without re-inking, I'll stamp that one. So I got a lighter yellow. Ink this up, stamp off, because I want another lighter yellow on that one. So those flowers are done. And, we can go ahead and let's get the inside stamped while we've got all these flower stamps out. So grab one of the 4 by 5 1/4 inch pieces. It's in the kit. You're going to grab the large flower again. And I'm going to stamp it here in the bottom corner. Let's see, which direction do I want to do it. Let's do it like this. It really doesn't matter. There we go. And then I want lighter versions of this, like on the front. So I got the smaller flower, stamp off. And I'm okay with going over because it looks like I'm masking. Since I'm making this lighter, you're not going to see the outline of this flower in the large, darker flower. So you don't have to worry about masking. Then I'm going to do the flower centers the same way. Get my crushed curry. I'm going to do the middle dark flower, and then I'll do one of the lighter flowers without inking. Ink up again. It's going to be too light if you do it one more time without re-inking. Stamp off. There we go. So that is the inside of the card. So we can put this over to the side. And now I want you to get your die cutting machine out. Okay, with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you need the base plate number 1, platform, die plate number 2, standard cutting plate number 3. I'm going to bring in those flowers. I'm also going to grab this piece. This is a piece of pretty in pink cardstock, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to get the dies out here. I need to get the large flower, the medium flower, and then I'm also going to get this flower out. And then while I've got this open, go ahead and grab this leaf here. And there's one more leaf die right here. And we'll do those here in just a minute. So put those to the side. This one, I'm switching here. The one that's detailed, that's going to go on the pretty in pink square. And then this one is going to go here. And I have learned, it took me a while to figure this out. There are 2 petals that are real close together. They're the 2 petals that are close together. It took me a little longer to figure out how to get that die on, and I saw those 2 leaves. I thought, oh, well, duh. That helped a lot when I figured that out. And then with this one, there is a gap in between a couple of them. So I'm kind of looking at these 2 here, and it's like a 50-50 chance. I knew that wasn't going to work because those are 2 small ones. These are a little bigger and a little farther away. So I know it goes this way. So I kind of look for the two that are farther away. It has to be like that on here. I'll put, this is Post-it tape that I use. Whenever I do stamped images, I do use this Post-it tape. You can use Post-it notes also to hold those in place. This, I'm just going to make sure it stays on the cardstock. Put another standard cutting plate on top. I'm going to run this through. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it through one more time, because I think it helps get all the little pieces out of this one. Okay, so we've got this. Here's my big flower. And now I'm going to need one more, since we've got that pink flower there. So I need to line this one up, so that's what that one looks like. So I'll go ahead and line this up, find the two leaves that are farther apart. There we go. Get my tape on there. And then, now that's ready, I can do this. And I think it's easier to take my die brush. I've got another take your pick tool. I've got a couple of these. This one I just always keep this tip in for embellishments. And then this screw part end is for my brush. But you can always, if you've just got one, just take this out. This comes with a take your pick tool. The die brush you have to buy separately, but you can just unscrew this and put this one in the end. But what I'm going to do, I'm holding on to the paper down here, and it's going to brush out all of those little pieces that I don't want. You can see they're landing on my plate. I usually do this over my wastebasket. But while it's in there, it comes out a lot easier. And then just one of these end holes, and this center one too, will kind of help push the rest of it out. So there you go. All those pieces come out really easy, and make sure they're all out before you put this away, because you don't want any cardstock in there the next time you want to use this again, because that's going to mess up your cutting when you go to die cut with it again. Get those little pieces off of there. Another one right there. Get over here. All right, so this one's ready to go. Now I'm going to grab a piece of old olive. This is 2 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And grab those two leaf dies. And, oh, I forgot I needed 2 of each of these. Oh, well. I thought I was being so smart. So actually, the first time I ran it through, I should have done this too, because I could have put that square over here, because I forgot I needed 2 sets of these. So learn from my mistakes. Go ahead and do these 2 flowers, 1 set of leaves, and this flower all at one time the first time. And then the second time, you'll just do another set of the leaves and this second flower. So now I'm going to have to run it through 3 times instead of twice, but that's okay. Doesn't take that long. Oops. Everything's sticking together. All right, so I can take this off. What I like about the Post-it tape, it doesn't tear the cardstock, but holds that die in place for me. Here is a leaf. Oh, that one fell out. Where did it go? Well, I'll find it here in a minute. Now we've got this one. If it does, that one didn't come out on its own, so I'll just kind of poke this out. There we go. And I know that other one, it probably fell. Oh, and now I see it. It stuck to my cutting plate I took off. So there's that leaf. And I'll just run it through one more time to get this second set of leaves die cut. Okay, and there's my second set. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot this. Grab this again. This is only a couple days before Christmas as I'm recording this. So I think I'm trying to get too much done before Christmas. So there's the largest die. I'm going to angle that. So this could have been done with that second small flower. Bring this back out a little bit more. I'm not worrying about taping it. Just keep it on the paper. And now I've got this one. So all the die cutting is done. So let's put this away and finish the card. Okay, I do need to stamp one more thing. So grab this that we just die cut. I'm going to grab the Love You stamp and the Fleur de Flamingo ink pad. Just ink up the Love You. I want this to be like a diamond, like so. And then just stamp this on the right side of my diamond. So now all the stamping is done. Now I want you to grab all that DSP that we cut out a minute ago. And then the last piece that's in your kit, if you get the kits, 4 by 5 1/4 of basic white. Oh, and I did forget to mention, each day has a project sheet that has all of the paper sizes for you. So look down the video description, click on the link for my day 8 card, and you'll find the project list link there. And I'll give you the supply list and all of the paper sizes for you. Okay, I'm going to grab the wider of this, the floral paper. It's going to go here on the top, like so. And then this piece here, this was the 2 by 1.5. It's going to go right here. Then this little perfect square, the 1.5 by 1.5, is going to go here, and this is going to go down here. And you just kind of move the paper. I think I like this being more on top because of all those actually, you know what? No, I do like it better that way. I'm going to be covering up some of the flowers, but that looks a little better going this way. Let me think here. No, you know what? I'm going to do this because I want to see more pink flowers. So I'm going to have that because that's going to be showing more than up here because we'll be covering some of this up here in the center. So I'm going to take this piece, get some adhesive on there. So you just turn your paper around until it looks good to you on which direction. So this one has a little more white to it, so I want more pink at the top. So I'm looking at the border, and I'm only going to tap it down of the basic white showing on the top and the left. That way, if I need to move it, I can. That's why I'm just tapping it. The one thing with our seal, you can usually move it within the first 10 minutes of applying, but it is still a little easier just to lay it down and tap it just a little bit in case you need to move it again. So I am mainly looking here on these outer ones. I'm actually kind of like it better, a little bit narrower on the inside. Now I get this piece. Oop, I had something on that adhesive, but that's going to be covered up. No big deal. So this one, I'm going to line up the paper, but I want to make sure that white border on the outside is the same. If you keep that the same, the border on the inside usually stays the same. Get that nice and straight. And then we've got this last piece. This one's a square. And it's a wash, so it doesn't matter which way you put it on. I'm going to line it all up with the 2 floral ones. And that should make the border around the outside look about the same too. It's a little, not real straight. Let me see if I can fix that just a little bit. There we go. A little better. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and push them all down because I'm happy with how that looks. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base, but we do need to fold that first. So grab your pretty and pink card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Get my bone folder out. I'm going to get those the corners, lined up. The fold is going to be on the left. Now I want to put this on. Let's go ahead and get some Stampin' Seal on it. And just make sure that the square and the biggest floral ones are on the top. It looks okay the other way too, but this is just the way this layout turned out. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the inside piece just so I don't forget the 4 by 5.25. We already stamped that a minute ago with the flowers on the corner. Because I tend to, by the end of the video, forget the inside of the card if I don't do it earlier. So go ahead and put this inside. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the Love You back in. Put some regular adhesive on here. And because this section here is not right in the middle, you're actually going to almost get these top sections lined up with the center of the white gap there. So try to get right in the center. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close. I'm kind of eyeballing these two because sometimes it's hard to line up a diamond. So if I've got the paper, since this paper is a straight line here, you just kind of look at those two, and that'll get you just right. Go ahead and push that down. I'm going to bring in my flowers and also the leaves. So I'll put those right here. Now, where's my other one? Oh, there it is. It's hiding under my other flower. Okay, first off, I want to put this flower on with dimensionals. So I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Dimensionals. Now, I don't want dimensionals near the edges. I just want them in the center. And I think making a little triangle in the center helps it stabilize so it doesn't wobble. And it'll support the ends. They'll stay up no problem. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Take Your Pick tool, scoop all of these paper backings off, throw those away. And I like the flower this way. I'm only going to tap it down once again. This thin petal here kind of looks good if it's pointing near the L and the love, but you can move it wherever you want to. That just happens to be where I put it. So I'm just tapping it in case I want to move it. This one is going to need adhesive, and I'm going to mainly put it on the middle part and get this reeled up again. There we go. If it gets to the edge, that is okay. And then I'm going to put this one right up here underneath. That's why I wanted the dimensionals in the center. That way I can tuck that in there. Just tap it in case you need to move it again. Get adhesive here on the center part of this flower. And, oh, I forgot. We only needed one of these. So if you want to make another flower, go ahead. You can actually add another one. You know what? I think since I got it stamped, I'll show you my original. We'll go ahead and put one there and see how it looks. We might change that. This is the one. I forgot I only did 3 flowers. So you have a bonus flower. Now, I do need to use mini dimensionals on here just because this center part, I don't want to see any dimensional through these little gaps right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So it's a good thing I gave an extra piece of paper. So you really only needed to stamp a large one and a small one, and then your die cut your big postage square. But this will still look good. If you want to use all of them, you can. I'm just tapping it so that way I can show you what it looks like without it. So I've got my paper backing off. And I'm going to put this right here, have it go over this flower just a little bit. Kind of like so. All right. Now with these, I'm going to put those on with glue. They're small and just works a lot better. So I'm going to turn them all over. Get them on my silicone craft sheet. That way if I get glue off of the paper, I can get it on the silicone, and once it dries, it peels right off. So I'm going to start with these little leaves here, single leaves. Get a little glue on there, and I'm just tapping it. And then this leaf will go up here. You know what? I'm going to take this off and see if I really do want to do that. We'll see. I'm going to put one right there. Then I'm going to take another one, get some glue on here. And if I don't use that one, I will just use it on another card. So I have a bonus flower. And this one's going to go under here. And I want to make sure the stem of the leaf goes underneath the center area, because I really don't want to see that through the little slits in the flower. Now we've got this one. I'm just going to put like a little dot on all the leaves except for maybe the top, maybe the bottom of the top. I want to be able to have something to hold on to, so I didn't bother with the bottom of the stem or that top leaf so I can hold on to it and I won't get glue on me. I'm going to put a leaf right here. So I'm going to lift up these flowers just a little bit. There we go. Hold that down, put some pressure on it, and that will make it stay. But don't put pressure on it until you've got it right where you want it. Once the pressure gets on there, that glue soaks in and you can't move it without tearing it. Okay, so I've got the glue on here just like I did on the other one. Turn this one over. And it's going to go right in this little open area right here. Hold that down with my pressure. There we go. Now I could, like I said, if I wanted to, I could put another flower up here. But I think that's a little too much. I think I'm going to stick with my one. So you can keep this as a bonus. I'm even going to put that on my silicone craft sheet because it has some adhesive on it, and I'll use it on another card. All right. Not worth going back and redoing the video. You don't mind seeing me mess up every once in a while. There we go. Yeah, I like that a lot better, just the 2 flowers. Now, I want to grab those gold dots here. I only need one. I'd rather get one of the larger ones, but the smaller ones aren't much smaller. I did get a large one. There we go. I'm going to take my glue and put a little dot of glue right here on the flower center here. I'm going to go ahead and stick that on. Oops, I was going to. I think the putty's dry. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Put on the putty on my Take Your Pick tool. Bring this down. Slide that off and then put some pressure on it with my fingernails. That way that glue will take hold. There we go. because that needed a little flower center. And you can add more on here if you want to. I decided just to do the flower. Now I need this. Grab your twine. This was the day 8 product from the Advent calendar. And I need an 18-inch piece. So this only goes to 13 on my glass mat. So I'm going to go ahead. So half of 18 is 9. So there's 9 inches. And then I'll just fold it in half there at the 9-inch mark. So I'm doubling it up. So this will get me to my 18. Grab my scissors and cut. And I'm actually going to keep it folded. So that actually worked out good. I forgot about that. So keep it folded if you cut it that way. If not, fold it in half. I'm not going to worry about that loop right now. I'll cut that later. And I'm going to tie a bow. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start on the left end because I need more more of the twine on the right, because that's where I'm going to do all the wrapping. And I just keep playing around with it. I kind of want a little big, but not too big. Maybe make the left loop a little bit bigger and then make this one a little smaller. You just keep playing around with it. See, that one twisted, so I'm untwisting it, and I'll kind of pull it down a little bit. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut that loop. And I need to grab my glue dots. Bring my card back down here. I'm going to put the knot of the bow right there on the glue dot. Squeeze really hard. That way that it'll push into that glue dot. And I'm going to put this underneath. I'm kind of fold it a little bit and get that where that glue dot is underneath this flower just a little bit. Right there. So I'm kind of got that knot right there at the tip top of that opening. Push that down, and you can kind of move those down a little bit. I'm going to trim this one so it's the same length as the other end. So that's how I use that baker's twine that was in the kit. And that is it. Just remember we did the inside, so I'm done with this one. So this is day 8. I love the pinks in this, and doing that stamp off technique. That's when you ink it up, stamp it off, and to get the lighter version of that color. I just think that really makes it look really neat. So that is day 8. So I hope you enjoyed that one. And like I said earlier in the video, if you missed my series, my other cards, just look down below in the video description. You find the link to the playlist to all my 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar video series, all those videos. So we're done with this. Now I need to get day 9 going. So make sure that if you don't subscribe to my channel, and you make sure you do, if you don't want to be notified every time I do a video so you won't miss any more of these in this series. I also do weekly lives on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I am taking a break here for Christmas, so the next one will be January 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you check that out. I always go live on my YouTube channel here and also on my Facebook page at the same time. So if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. Just click that contact me link below in the video description, and I'd be happy to send your first set of catalogs out to you for free. It's the annual catalog, and then I'll send you the new one that starts January 6th, which is our January to April mini catalog. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. I can't open it up yet since it hasn't been unveiled yet to customers, but believe me, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So if you live in the U.S., do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to send out your first set to you for free. Just make sure you click that contact me link, and that'll send me an email with your address, and I'll get it mailed out to you. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.